This is Sunbeam again. We just picked up a massive debris field at your location. I didn't know how many of you... I didn't know. We're now en route to your location. We're gonna bring you home. Sunbeam out. What else can I say? The only time I parked a rig this big on a rock that small was in VR. And I blew it. It's a bad option, alright, but so are all the others.
Okay, so hello everyone and welcome back to Subnautica. That was the Sunbeam. I can't remember what episode we got a message from those first, and I don't think I even included it. But we got a message from the Sunbeam, which is like a different brand. We've got the Aurora, that was from Alterra. That's where we came from. And the Sunbeam is like a different company. Obviously, we sent out a distress call. God, I can't speak today. But we sent out a distress call, and they received it and said, "Ooh, what's the problem, Alterra?" Basically, they don't like our company. They're a different company. They have a ship, and they were in the area, and they thought, maybe we can help out if we have to. And that message was them realizing that, oh, the entire ship blew up, everyone except me is dead, we should probably come help you. So that is interesting, I suppose. I really don't know what to think of that. I mean, they just said they're gonna come get us, so I imagine in a certain amount of time I'll get another radio message and they'll come here, though I find it hard to believe that that will be anytime soon, because I can't imagine that's how the game would end. Again, I've played through the game before, but not to this level. But anyways, yes, today we are going to be building up a brand new base. Now, at the point of doing this intro, I'm not 100% sure where I want to do that. My first thought was the Grand Reef, but after going there last episode, there's no real good spot to put a base in my opinion, not a big one at least. It's also very dark and there's a Ghost Leviathan spawn, and it just doesn't seem like that great an area to live. Obviously, I haven't been to the Grand Reef with you guys, but if you remember, I went there last episode. I just kind of cut it out because it wasn't that exciting. There really wasn't anything new at all besides the biome looking really cool, which it does. And I did see that Ghost Leviathan, but you'd already seen a ton in that episode, and as soon as I saw it, I just went the other direction, so not a big deal. I've also been thinking about making one on land on the two islands, or the underwater floating islands, or maybe the grassy plateaus, but none of those areas seem like a super good place to go, if I'm being completely honest. Like, they're cool, don't get me wrong, but especially living here is really nice because we're central, but the thing is, I don't think we're gonna have to do that much exploring around the more vast areas. Like, the only areas I think we have left to explore is that lava zone that we got a very brief glimpse at in the last episode, but I don't think we're going to actually have to do that much moving around on the surface other than farming resources, and we shouldn't need to farm resources if we've already got a base and stuff built up because we don't have that much more to make. That being said, either way, this new base is going to be hella expensive, and I'm honestly getting really bored of just smacking rocks with my bare hands. You guys saw in the episode where we made these Cyclops, we got 1 out of 2 fragments for the prawn suit drill arm, and right here at the start of this episode, I want to go and get the second. Now, I'll be honest, I did go on the wiki to see whereabouts the wrecks that contained these were, because it's just not viable, because I'm trying to make content out of this. It's just not viable for me to wander around for 4 or 5 hours and try find it. That simply is just not something that I want to spend time doing. So instead, I'm going to go towards the Blood Kelp Trench. We went towards the Blood Kelp biome in the north last episode, and there's actually a really small trench one which we've gone over before, and that drill arm I believe is going to allow us to farm up these huge chunks of stuff like quartz. We found titanium, all sorts of other resources out of those big chunks, which you actually need the prawn suit drill arm to farm. Just trying to find where this wreck is. Oh god, did I just hear the Whopper follow me? I see the Shocker, but I'm not too worried about him. Ooh, time capsule. Can I just like nip out crazy quick and just yoink mine? Overlaid the animations a bit there. What the hell? I've got out my sea glide in the Seamoth, and I'm just gonna live with it. Aha, here it is. Oh god, that took me way too long to find. But sweet, we are at the wreck that I wanted to go to. Hopefully this will contain our drill arm. And believe it or not, that looks like it's the entire wreck, so we're going to avoid this Whopper and leg it straight home so we can make up this drill arm. But not before we grab yet another time capsule by the looks of it. Who? Yeah, that sounds right. And gas pods. I didn't know you could actually collect those. I haven't seen that yet. I know those are used to make the gas torpedoes. We've only ever checked out the vortex ones, but I've always been wondering how you actually got those, and I mean, I don't know, maybe you can just pick them out, because those are the fish that fart, the gasopods. Either way, back to base. Alright, so we're back at the Turtle, and we've got another radio message to listen to. I actually forgot about that, but then after that we'll do the drill.
This is Officer Keen in Light Pod 19. The captain is gone. I have assumed command. The last thing the captain did was give me coordinates for dry land. We regroup 1.5 kilometers southwest of the crash site. Stay together and good luck. This message will now repeat.
Can you stop playing with my camera, Mr. Stalker? God, what an asshole. But I've actually got to rebuild my moonfall because I took it down to bring the resources with me on the Cyclops on the expedition that we went to last episode. So we've got the upgrade console and the prawn suit drill arm. Hell yes. Okay, so I decided because we got this life pod, I might as well go and farm in the direction of this thing, and we have actually arrived at it now. So let's go ahead and jump down into this little ravine where it seems to be and check out if there's anything useful here. Gotta say, by the way, I'm having a hell of a time farming up with this prawn suit. So let's go ahead and grab this PDA that I'm never gonna read. Is there anything inside here? Oh, yep, just another PDA. I think that's literally it for this one. Except we did indeed get the rendezvous point, which I guess I'm nearly actually full on my prawn suit, so I'm gonna get back to farming and I'll see you guys when I farm my way over there. Never mind, I will not meet you when we get to the rendezvous point. I just came back to base to empty out my prawn suit's inventory, and we've got yet another radio message, so let's go ahead and take a lesson.
This is an automated distress signal from life pod 12. Coordinates attached. Warning, life pod has sunk beyond safe diving distance. Do not attempt retrieval without submersible support.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Very nice, very nice. Where is that? So that's even further in yet another direction. I suppose I will probably end up going to that when I fill up my resources once again, but I want to go to the rendezvous and farm up stuff along that way. Then I'll come back, empty out my inventory, then go farming in that direction. It's a weird method, I know, but I might as well be farming whilst I'm going to these places, and I kind of just want an excuse to use the prawn suit. Actually, I've just realised where the rendezvous point is in the island, or on the island. It's right above the Grand Reef, I do believe, and it's not actually connected to the seabed, so there's no way for me to actually get the prawn suit up to it, so I'm going to take the sea moth and gather up some scrap metal along the way to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. So yeah, as you can see, this entire thing is kept up by the giant ancient floaters. There's no way that I could have actually got the prawn suit up here, and I believe, yeah, just as I suspected, there's a cool way for me to get up into this little cove that we've looked into before, and I didn't actually see this the first time, but there is a PDA.
We have to board the Aurora, repair the long-range comms, make contact with the other survivors. We can't be the only 2 that made it.
Those are not the orders the captain gave me, and they are not the orders I'm giving you.
This isn't chain of command, it's survival.
My obligations as acting commander don't turn on their convenience. Get out of the water.
If I get into trouble, I'll send you my coordinates.
I can't let you go alone.
Then come with me.
You don't leave me much choice.
Received emergency transmission from Second Officer Keen 2 hours after last activity.
Rendezvous was a failure. Intercepted a transmission from Altera HQ. Seems they sent a data package to the Aurora. We were intercepted by a Leviathan-class predator before we could reach the ship. Consider the CTO and I lost at sea. Be safe. Keen. Out.
Okay, so it seems like that is the end of that kind of storyline, or that mission line, whatever you want to call it. We didn't get any more places to go besides the one that we got before, so I guess we'll head back to base, and then we will go to that new area, and that one we can go to with the prawn suit. So let's go. This episode is just a lot of running around so far, isn't it? Here we are at Life Pod 12. Let's once again see if there's anything of note at all besides progressing the story. Repulsion cannon, we already had that from when we went into the Aurora, and yet another PDA. But besides that, it looks like there's absolutely nothing. So let's head back. And just like that, we are back at base with empty prawn suit and another radio message. So let's listen.
This is Life Pod 7. Coordinates attached. Pod is structurally sound, but the fabricator's bust. Requesting assistance. 7 out.
No problem. Also, side note, I've filled up literally every locker in the Turtle, including these 2 new ones, and now I'm storing all the new resources I get in the Cyclops, which is probably going to be good because we're going to need to move it to there anyway, so we can actually transport it to where we end up building our base. Either way, let's head to Life Pod 7. There we go. I found that literally immediately. That did not take long at all. So let's go in here. We've got a toy car. Okay, that's kind of awesome. A cylindrical flask. What is that? Is that a Markiplier thing? Obviously, we've got the log. An unusual doll. Markiplier has like a doll in the game. Is that going to go into my inventory? No, it looks like I can't actually place it. It's just something I can scan now. That's kind of a shame. And we've got a grey cap. So that seems like it. But that's actually, surprisingly enough, one of the cooler life pods. Most of them have nothing in, but at least I've got some decorations that I can put around the base. Around the new base, that will be, I guess. And there we go. That is my inventory pretty much emptied out again. Don't you just love how clean and tidy my desk is? I know, I love it. But anyways, we've got, unsurprisingly, yet another radio message. Pretty much every time we come back, we've got one because they've built up over so long. Another one of these, huh? Another one of these. Lovely! But all jokes aside, I think we're actually ready to get constructing this base. I still haven't thought of where I want to do it. Honestly, because we are nearing the end game, we're still going to have the turtle up here on the surface to go to if we need to. I'm kind of tempted to do it down by that really cool tree that we found in the last episode. I love that area, and we're going to have to build some kind of base there anyway as kind of a pit stop. I feel like the devs put that area there just to tempt people into it and just because they want people to build there. The only issue with that is it's extremely deep. We might have to swap out a couple modules on our Seamoths to make them go deep enough, and we can actually do that because we can make the Seamoth Mark III now, the depth modules I mean. So like that is a thing we can do, but we might just have to move all the Seamoths down there at a later date once I've actually made all those up, obviously. So I'm thinking, yeah, I think that is our best place to go. Our new base is going to be down by that cove tree dealio in the Lost River. Let's get to freaking building it. What is this guy doing? I have never seen a reef back up this high. That is a... yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not meant to happen. Can we get on top of here just for fun? Can we? Yeah, we can. Oh, baby. But that's certainly interesting. I mean, there's nothing to do up here. I just wanted to see if we can get on top of it. Yeah, that's something. Let's keep traveling, though. Okay, so I just saw this while I drove past on the Cyclops in the Whale, and of course we're really near to the cove tree where we're going to be building, but behind this waterfall here, I actually think I went into this cove the first time we came to the Lost River, and I just didn't see this, but this is a new alien area for us to discover, or kind of like a little air-filled cave. I don't know what to really refer to these things as, but they're pretty cool to explore, and this one especially looks really cool with the walls and stuff. Looks like it's gonna open up a bit here. We got tons of these vines and stuff. Some more of the like river gas and a walkway going across it. This is actually really freaking cool. This might be the coolest one I've seen. Big old log over the top of us. What do we got up here? Oh, is it another one of those teleporty deals? Is this one you can put the iron cube in? It doesn't look like it. It looks like this is where you come out of a teleporter. So somewhere else we'll be able to put an iron cube into like a little platform that goes here. You guys have seen it all before. You guys saw it way back in like episode 3, I think. And I found a bunch more of these, but none that I can actually put the iron cubes into. So I don't know, maybe I'm just getting super unlucky and only finding the ones you can teleport to and not from. But either way, it doesn't look like there's anything super crazy here. It's a very cool looking cave, and just out of curiosity, I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, in theory, if you wanted to make a little base here, you definitely could. In fact, this would be an awesome place. This is like, I mean, it's super safe, right? That's the big thing. That's the big reason you'd want to go here. And this is actually the biggest one of these like little caves that I've found. It's a cool idea, but whether it'd be actually practical or not is another question. Either way, let's head back to the Whale and straight down to the cove tree, unless I come across something, but I doubt I will. And if I don't, then I will just see you guys when I'm down there. Alrighty, so we are down by the cove tree, and unfortunately, I don't think the prawn suit can go down there. I made that mistake when we went down here for the first time. The prawn suit without a depth module can only go 900 meters deep, and this bottom of this area is deeper than that, so it does take a bit of damage, and I'm not sure if it's in the Cyclops, if it will take damage or not. Also, we gathered up so many resources up there, I don't know if that was really necessary, because as I've come down here, I've seen just tons of titanium, lead, lithium, diamonds, silver, all sorts of stuff. that we could have grabbed really around this area, and it'd probably been a ton easier. But that doesn't matter now, we are down here, and I'm gonna leave the whale up here because I'm not sure. In fact, you know what? No, I'm not. I've just decided what I'm gonna do because I don't think I'm gonna be able to survive for too long down there without oxygen. What I'm gonna do is just temporarily, I'm gonna see just how deep this guy can go. I just want him out of the way of the river prowlers, I think that's what we found out they were called. Ah! Nope, we fell too far. I just want to keep them out of the way of the aggressive guys that are up there in that area. But I'm going to bring the whale down with me, leave this guy up here. Honestly, he should be fine. I think I'm just being a little bit paranoid, to be honest with you. Honestly, this area in front of me, this kind of... Oh god, we got a bit too far, but this area below me kind of sticking out into it is kind of really speaking to me. I kind of want to build here. So let's turn off the engine after backing up a little bit there and go down to see what we've got. Let's start off with just 12 titanium so we can make 2 multi-purpose rooms. I think that's a good start. By the way, I moved pretty much every single resource I had in the turtle into the Cyclops, into the whale I mean, which is pretty insane that we can house pretty much the same amount of resources. Obviously there's stuff like fish or eggs that we didn't bring with us, although we did bring a few. You guys will see that later. Also, in order to make it tons easier to transfer the stuff into here, you guys probably don't care about this, but I thought it was cool, so I wanted to show it off. Normally it's right click to switch container, I'd have to spam right click to bring these out, but I've bound it to a scroll wheel, so I can just go brrrr, and boom, we've got buttons of titanium. Alright, so let's take a quickie looky at it thisy. And by a quickie looky at it thisy, I of course mean mess around with getting the first couple of rooms to work properly, but I'll save you all the headache and skip to when I've nearly fixed it. Or you can skip to the time that's up on screen right now if you don't want to watch the building process. I really wouldn't hold it against you. Okay, we've got a thermal vent over here. I'm just going to bring you guys with me actually. See, I don't know, is this thermal vent going to give me a lot? Is this even a thermal vent? I don't know, but it looks fiery. Ow! Okay, definitely a thermal vent. I take practically no damage, whether that's my reinforced dive suit or just the fact that these guys are weak as balls, I don't know. But this is actually 82 degrees, so I can only assume that that's going to be good for us. Oh my god, it's already powering the base. It's already powering the base! Well, nice! That was... That was so much easier than expected. Never mind, I'm glad I brought you guys with me. Wow, that alone gave us 250 power. I wonder if we can put more thermal plants there, or if it's based on the thermal plant, or if it's based on the thermal vent or the thermal plant. Like, can I have more than one plant on the single vent? I don't know, but let's check. No, we still can't put a ladder down. Are you kidding? 20 minutes, 1 thermal reactor, and an entire base rebuild later. Come on, Mr. Ladder. Come on. Yes! Oh, that took like 20 minutes just to get a ladder down, but it works. Perfect, so we can get rid of this window, and the thing I want to put down here is in fact an alien containment. Of course, I don't have enough glass to make that. I'm going to need 4 more, which luckily I have right here. And this is going to do something really cool. I know the game does this, but you guys probably don't. I can finish building this alien containment from up here on the top floor, and as you can see, it's poking through ever so slightly, so I can have fish down here, and I'll be able to look down into that. That is going to look awesome once it's fully grown. Or once we've got actual fish in there, I mean. And speaking of actual fish, I did bring the jelly ray that we hatched up in the old containment, and another jelly ray egg that we had stored, and the mesmer from the old containment, and the 2 mesmer eggs that we had stored. By the way, I completely deconstructed the 4 moon pools that were connected to that thing, and the scanner room and the observatory. The only thing that's left standing is that one habitat thing that has the alien containment in it. So I'm going to put those in the aquarium that's here. So we should just be able to drop. Those eggs will hatch over time, and we've got the jelly ray and the megma. The megma. Hello, megma. But we've got the jelly ray and the mesmer here. These guys will grow up a little bit more, I think. And you might be wondering, why would we want such a luxury thing? And that's because this part of the base is going to be kind of my living quarters. So in here, I'm going to have like wall planters, a coffee machine, a vending machine, a Markiplier doll. I didn't realize you could actually make that. Never mind, that is awesome. We're going to have a desk, chairs, whatever we want in here. And this is going to be kind of a relaxation area that we're probably not going to go into much, but it's going to look cool, so I'm going to keep it. But you know what? I doubt you guys want to see me spend ages decorating this room, so I'm probably going to do this at the end of the base build. I'll show you all it. I'll give it a tour. That'll be when it has all the storage stuff in it. But with you guys, I just want to get the general shape, you know what I mean? I know I'm stumbling over my words, you guys should be used to it by now. But one of the big important things, if this works, and I'm not confident it will, but we've got this picture frame, and it's not working. Alrighty, so I've actually fixed it. I had to restart the game as well, but if we go in here, we should be able to see Mystic Hatters fixed.jpg, upload, and boom! We've got the Mystic Hatters on a picture frame in our Subnautica base. That is awesome. That's really cool. That's actually way higher quality than I expected. I expected it to kind of pixelate itself, but that's worked out really well. Hell yeah, I can't wait to show that to the guys. In fact, you know what? I think I'm gonna do that right now. Anyways, I believe I said I was gonna get the rest of the base kind of laid out, and then I was gonna finish off the interiors and stuff off camera, and then I would show you guys the final product. So that's exactly what I want to do. I'm not sure if this is gonna destroy my hull strength, but let's see if I can put a T compartment right here. Let's go another one here. Then I can put a little L here, a long one. Then I want to get a vertical corridor here, put another one on top, and another one, and an L. Will this ladder function properly? Yeah, that one worked. See, now that we've got that upper area mostly sorted, I'm going to ignore it for a bit, and I want to get a moon pool here. And I'm not only going to be using the moon pools as an area to store probably one prawn suit and one sea moth. The rest I'm going to keep up at the turtle base because I just think that's a good idea, honestly. I do not need them all down here, and I wouldn't even be able to keep most of their modules on it because we'd have to add depth modules to get down here, and I don't know, it just seems worse to do that. So I'm probably going to have the firefly down here, and then we'll of course have the mantis shrimp. The second one is going to be carrying on straight from that right here. That should connect automatically. Tell you what, this episode's getting pretty damn fat already, so I'm literally just going to throw you over to when it's 99% done so you guys can get the tour, and then we'll end off the episode. And that is pretty much the shape of the base. You might be curious where everything is going to go. Obviously, we've got this bottom area here. That's going to be pretty much just the aquarium. I might even put some plant pots around the outside, just make it look quite cool. Then we've got the housing area. We've got a corridor here. We've got this hatch that goes out to where I'm going to park the Cyclops. So we've got a corridor going up here, around here. This is going to have a nuclear reactor, I think, and this is going to have a bioreactor. Then we've got the two moon pools, one for the sea moth, one for the prawn suit, and those are also going to double as our storage rooms. We're going to have lockers all around the outside. So yeah, I guess all I really have to do now is construct all the insides, and then I will just show you guys the finished product. I'll give you a walk through the entire thing once it's fully built up. So I'll see you guys when that happens. Okay, so the interior is pretty much done. I'll be honest, I completely ran out of resources quite a few times, titanium specifically, and I just cannot be bothered farming up any more stuff. I've done so much farming over the last couple episodes. It's just, no, I do not want to do that. Either way, let's take a pop into the base and see what it all looks like. So over to the right, we have our relaxation kind of personal quarters, whatever. Of course, we have the Mystic Hatters up on this board. We got a coffee machine, some microscopes analyzing stuff. We've got a cap and this little toy on the bed. Up on a shelf, we've got a toy car and a Markiplier, which when you click does this. Yeah, it's weird, but it's kind of cool. Then we've got just a trash can or rubbish bin because we're British. A medkit fabricator. This is the only radio in the base. And then we've got this locker filled with nothing, apparently. I thought I had resources in there. And then we've got the carry-on. As you can see down here, we've got these wall planter things all along the bottom row, and then we've got some plant pots with the fruits. I'm not 100% happy with it, but I think it does look pretty cool. And of course, the eggs have hatched, so we've got 3 mesmers and 2 jelly rays. Moving back along the other way, we'll go upstairs after, but moving along to the moon pool, we've got the prawn suit docked down here. That was a weird thing, but it turns out even though this is below the prawn suit's crush depth, as long as it's docked in something, it doesn't actually take damage, so it is fine being here. I just need to get out of this lower area as soon as I can when I ever do bring it out. As you can see, we've just got some lockers lining this wall, then we've got 2 battery chargers, we've got the fabricator, more lockers, and then we've got the power cells on that side, and lockers, and the windows of course to look out at the giant cove tree. The second moon pool doesn't actually have anything at the moment, but I'm gonna have the modification station, vehicle upgrade console, whatever you call it, over on that side. Then we're gonna have more lockers if I ever need it. I don't really need to put lockers in that room at the moment. Anyways, now that we are upstairs, let's go to the 2 multi-purpose rooms. As you can see, we've got a whopping 3 water filtration machines. That should keep us more than satisfied with our water needs. Although when these are generating water, it actually uses a lot of power. As you can see up the top, we've got 580 whatever, out of 750. So we've got a max of 750 power, which means we've got 3 thermal vents over by that one we placed it down. I can't remember if I showed that to you guys. This is like one of the first episodes that I've ever edited before recording the outro, so I actually kind of know what I've shown you guys, but that was also yesterday, so I've kind of also forgot. In the future, if we ever need more power, what I'll probably do is have a nuclear reactor in this room. There's tons of uranite in this area that the prawn suit can mine, so I think the nuclear reactor will actually be quite viable. And if we ever need more power than that, we can put some planters outside, grow stuff like acid mushrooms, deep shrooms, gel sacks, whatever, and throw them in a bioreactor, which we'll probably keep in this room. But anyways, yeah, I think that is literally just about it when it comes to this base. It's not as huge as maybe you guys would have imagined, but it is a lot better than the turtle. And I really don't see an instance where we'd need a bigger base than this. We do have room to expand it around the back, or we can build another couple separate rooms, whatever we want to do. So either way, I'm very excited to get using this base. It does look pretty cool, doesn't it? Especially with the Cyclops dock there to the left. I think it looks awesome. But anyways, as you can expect, that is about it for this episode. So I want to thank you all for watching. I'm really happy with how the base has turned out, and I hope you all enjoyed. I know the second half of the video at least was probably a bit less entertaining, which is why I actually skipped a lot of the building process. It was actually getting really long, and it probably is still. But either way, I do hope you enjoyed, and hey, if you skipped it, no problem. Do not judge you for it. I probably would have skipped it as well. So yes, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I guess I will see you next week. Bye guys!